Hi, everybody.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Me or the audience?
Well, I guess I was asking the audience. But you too. I've already asked you. You want to tell them?
You want to tell them that you woke me up to do this show and spent 5 minutes trying to tell me that you wanted to wear a diaper, but it wasn't a diaper, and you swear it's not a diaper?
Why you gotta... Why you gotta do this? Why you gotta bring this up?
Because I can't let it go. I said I could, and I can't.
Welcome
I really tried to put it behind me.
Welcome to Super Breakfast Friends Club, the show where I regret asking Mel how she is.
It's every conversation I've ever had.
It's not a diaper, okay? Anyway.
You're right, it's effectively more useless than a diaper.
Listen.
But functions as a diaper.
No, it doesn't, because you're not supposed to poop in it.
You're not supposed to, but if you do, it's got you covered.
Well, that's the same as anything you put on your butt. I'm not even gonna explain my invention. Everyone has to imagine what it was, but it's not a diaper.
It's a diaper.
It's not.
Everyone, get a piece of lined paper and try and draw what you imagine Mike's invention is.
You can do it on graph paper if you want. Welcome to Super Breakfast Friends Club. Let's play a theme song. What did you think of this theme song?
It's fine.
This is Ape Escape. This is Ape Escape on air, or Saru Getchu on air, as it's called in Japanese. For anyone who doesn't know, Saru means monkey.
Whoa!
You knew that.
I did know that.
Everybody knows that.
Well, now they do, because we've informed them.
I learned it from Star Fox, but I don't remember how.
I learned it from an otaku classmate of mine in high school.
Oh. Well, there you go.
I'm glad we could be your otaku classmate today.
Yeah, Ape Escape is 25 years old today.
That's disgusting.
Right now.
I'm gonna be violently ill.
Have you ever played Ape Escape?
I haven't. I wanted to when I was a kid because I love animals and I just saw a game covered in monkeys. I was like, I want to play the monkey game.
Yeah, I've never played it either, but I love the monkeys. I've always loved the monkeys.
Who doesn't love a monkey?
By which I mean the Ape Escape monkeys, not the band The Monkeys.
Oh, we're on different pages again.
Just to clarify. Yeah, I was wondering if the theme song to this show was the main theme of the games, because it kind of has that vibe about it.
Yeah.
But it's not. The main theme of the games is different.
Oh.
I don't know which I like more, but they're both good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ape Escape was released in 1999 for the PlayStation. It was made by Sony's own Japan studio, also known for making Loco Roco and Gravity Rush and Shadow of the Colossus, among other things.
I forgot all about Loco Roco. That was such a big thing when it first came out.
It was such a big thing for like 3 years, and then it went away.
Yeah, disappeared completely from the public consciousness.
It wasn't it? I think Loco Roco was a big selling point for the PSP, right?
Yeah.
That's right. I have played it a little bit, but I don't remember it at all.
I haven't. I never had a PSP.
No, my ex had one, so I played it on there.
One of my otaku classmates had one. And he was playing Loco Roco in art class.
Loco Roco in art class.
Yeah.
Something about that just feels right to me. apparently Ape Escape was the first game that ever required the DualShock controller to play.
Required?
Yeah, because for anybody who doesn't know the history of the DualShock controller, strap in for a second, because this thing, when the PlayStation 1 first came out, it didn't have any sticks, which is so hard to imagine now.
Yeah.
Because I guess they didn't get the idea to put analog sticks on the controller until after Nintendo came out with the N64. So then the DualShock controller came out in 97, I think. And it's weird to think that it was like an optional secondary controller that you could buy, because like everybody just had the DualShock once it came out. Nobody used the no sticks controller anymore.
Yeah.
It just became the default controller. And most games didn't require it. Most games you could choose to move with the sticks, or you could still use the D-pad. But Ape Escape required the sticks. It was the first game that did.
The sticks often felt so clunky because it's strictly directional.
Yes. Although you're using a stick, you are still usually locked to the 4 directions of the D-pad,
Yeah.
which was wild.
There's just a lot of extra space and additional woogling that you have to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny. But yeah, Ape Escape, you had to use both sticks for gameplay. So you use the left stick to run around, and then you use the right stick, I guess, to like aim your weapons, which is
Your
interesting.
monkey fighting weapons?
Yeah, your giant butterfly net and stuff.
The most advanced technology we have.
The plot of the game, I watched a little bit of a playthrough of Ape Escape 1, and in it, a monkey named Spectre is given a helmet that makes him super intelligent, and then he creates an army of monkeys and takes over the professor's lab, gaining control of his time machine, and Spike has to recapture all the monkeys and return them to the present.
I didn't realize this was a time travel thing.
No, I didn't either. Yeah, you go through all different like time periods.
That's wild. He's just shooting monkeys hither and yon with no real plot.
He's grabbing them with his net. He's got to stop them from destroying the past.
I mean, Spectre. He's just launching
Spectre.
monkeys throughout the timeline.
Oh, yes, he is. Yeah. Yeah, because in the game, Spectre was like a theme park attraction at a monkey-themed theme park. So it's just all the monkeys from the theme park, I guess, that he has just given helmets to and sent off on there.
Go destabilize the government in the 20s.
You're going to dinosaur times. I don't know if any of them go to the future. I didn't watch enough of the game to see, but I assume some of them probably go to the future as well.
Maybe, but like, what's his plan? Is his plan world domination? Because I feel like in the future, it's not going to help you in the present.
You're right. I guess there's really no point in... You wouldn't have to worry about the ones in the future, would you? You can just leave them alone. Okay. Anyway, the light on the monkey's helmet, right? I thought they were always red, because in all the promotional artwork, the light is red. But apparently they're only red when the monkey is aware of your presence.
Oh, okay.
Usually, when the monkey is at rest, the light on the helmet is blue, and then it turns yellow when they're suspicious and red when they know you're there, and that's when they start either attacking or running, depending on their personality. Because every monkey has an assigned personality.
Okay.
Indicated by the color of its shorts.
It's shorts!
Yeah, and also its eyes. Each personality type has different eyes, too. This is all, like, I didn't know any of this stuff.
No.
I thought every monkey had a red light on the helmet and yellow shorts, because that's the mascot monkey.
Right.
Because yellow is like the, I guess, just like even-tempered monkey. But then you get the angry monkey with the red shorts, who attacks you when he knows you're there. And then there's the sad monkey with the blue shorts. He runs away more than the others do. or he hides better or something. And then there's like the white one that has the big thick swirly glasses and can't see as well as the others.
The nerd monkey?
Yep. And then there's the green shorts one who has tactical goggles and can see you from much further away than the others.
The swirly-eyed nerd trope is my favorite.
I love that, yeah. Oh, also, there's the black shorts monkey who wears sunglasses, a tie, and carries a machine gun.
Cool.
So yeah, there's plenty of different monkeys, which I don't know, I just didn't know about any of them. I really want to play this game now. It sounds really fun.
Chasing monkeys with guns through the past.
Yeah, it's like kind of a stealth game in some ways as well, because you got to try and sneak up on these monkeys.
What a strange premise.
It's a strange premise, but like very unique.
Yeah.
This series was very successful for 10 years, and then it vanished.
Yeah.
It's wild. They made a ton of games over the 2000s, but the last game came out in 2010, and there hasn't been... Like, there have been references to it in other games since, but there hasn't been an actual Ape Escape game since then. The last one was a rail shooter for the PS3 PlayStation Move controllers.
A rail shooter. Are you the sunglasses monkey and you're just peppering people?
I wish. That would be great. So this show is Ape Escape on Air, and it aired on TV Tokyo, the same channel that had Kirby and F-Zero and Pokemon, beginning in April, 8th of April 2006 was when the first episode aired, which means it was right in between the releases of Ape Academy 2, which was a party game for the PSP.
Okay.
And Ape Escape Million Monkeys, which is a Japan-only PS2 game, which I watched some footage of it. It seemed like it was like basically Ape Escape 4, but it's considered a spin-off. It was more mission-based than the other games.
Was there a million monkeys?
There better be, or I want my money back that I didn't spend.
I want my monkey back.
Get off the show.
Okay, I'll be leaving now.
No,
bye.
Don't. I need
you
you here.
Carry the show on your own now.
I can't. No. You're the one who has all the jokes.
You know I've been looking for an excuse to leave.
I know. That's why
the contract is broken.
That's why I had to double back on it as quickly as possible.
I'm free.
I know you'll just go right back to sleep.
Right back to my eternal slumber.
By the way, Mel said earlier that I woke her up. I want it known that I was just playing Fallout New Vegas when Mel called me out of the blue to do this show.
If I didn't have to do this show, I would have gone right back to sleep, though.
Yeah, I know.
I woke up, I was like, oh, it's getting late. I guess I can't just sleep for 18 hours today.
Debatable. I love that you turned on your lo-fi sessions thing and went to sleep.
Yeah, she's taking a nap too.
Oh, is she? Is that a thing?
Yes. She's got a dog at her feet and she's just chilling in bed.
Can you tell it that you're taking a nap?
No.
Oh, that just happens.
I just said it because I knew I was going to take a nap.
Anyway. This show had 26 episodes, and then it had a follow-up series of 51 episodes. 51 further episodes.
Ooh.
It was made by Zibek. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's spelled with an X.
Okay.
Who they're known for their work on Love Hina and Shaman King. They did some episodes of Pokemon Origins. And they did animation work for Mega Man 8, Mega Man X3 and X4, and Killer 7, among other games.
I've heard of some of those.
I've heard of all of them, but I never remember what Killer 7 is. I just know it's something I've been interested in for a long time.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember why, but I was interested in it. That could mean it's either really good or really bad.
Yeah, it could go one of two ways with you.
Yeah, yeah. I told you this a little bit, Mel, but this was not the first Ape Escape show.
Yeah.
there was an earlier series of shorts which aired on TV Tokyo in 2002. And I wanted us to cover those, but I encountered two big problems. One of them was that I couldn't find them anywhere with subtitles. And the other one is that almost every episode is only 45 seconds long.
I think we can milk that for at least a half hour of content.
Oh, I think we probably could. There is one 22-minute special episode, and I found it, but I couldn't find it with subtitles.
Oh no.
Because that's what I wanted us to do. If I had my druthers, if I could do if I could go back and do it all again, then we would be celebrating the Ape Escape 25th anniversary by watching that instead of this. But we're not allowed.
It's region locked due to the fact we only speak one language.
Yeah. I mean, apparently the sequel show to this is Lost Media. Or some episodes of it are Lost Media at least. So that's interesting. Found another show that we can't watch.
Yeah. I would think that this is a little too current to get lost the same way like Pitfall would.
Yeah, you would think, wouldn't you? But this is, I think, roughly around the same period as The Beautiful Joe show.
And we only recently dug that out.
Yeah, maybe Japan in the 2000s just really weren't concerned with preservation.
Yeah, maybe.
This episode is allegedly called Frequents, Monkey Heaven. I have a feeling there's probably a better translation for whatever it said than frequents. That didn't seem... it didn't seem like it's probably accurate to me.
You don't know.
But that's what our subtitles say. This was written by Naruhisa Arakawa, known for writing for Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, and Dragon Ball. In fact, Naruhisa wrote the lyrics for the first ending theme to Dragon Ball, apparently.
Ooh.
That's pretty impressive. That's quite a claim to fame.
Yeah.
So we open on a dark, stormy night at the professor's lab.
Spooky laboratory.
Where a satellite dish is struck by lightning, activating the time machine. And a helmet just kind of floats out of it.
Yeah, I was a little confused by this whole setup, but you know what? It's a show about monkeys traveling through time.
That's true. This is, funnily enough, seems to be more explanation of where the helmet came from than the games have.
Where Spectre just kind of already is a thing.
No, the game opens with a cutscene where we see Spectre putting the helmet on, but there's, as far as I can tell, no explanation as to where it came from.
Oh, okay.
Well, this kind of seems to explain that it came from time, somehow.
It's the one thing that came from the future.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, we see a cute little white monkey sleeping near the time machine. He wakes up and he puts on the helmet and he becomes Spectre.
I spent this entire time trying to figure out if it was a monkey or a baby.
Oh, really? No, it's a monkey.
I mean, I figured that out when he rapidly went through puberty after putting the helmet on.
He does kind of, once he's got the helmet on though, he does kind of start looking like a human, I think.
Yeah, but also, like, the head features look more monkey-like.
Yeah. So I did some future research. This little white monkey's name is Kohta. He only gets mentioned by name once, and he's not there when it happens. So I don't think it was clear that Spike was talking about him. But this is Kohta. As far as I can tell, he's an invention of the show. In the games, Spectre was just always Spectre, and he just got smarter.
Mm-hmm.
And in the games, he was a theme park attraction before he got the helmet. In this show, he is the professor's assistant's pet. She's not in this episode, but I guess she's probably in the next one. Her name's Natalie in English, and I think Natsui in Japanese. She's mentioned in this episode, but she doesn't appear.
Yeah, we only have 2 characters that we really see.
Yeah, although I did the voice actor notes for Spectre, even though he doesn't actually have any lines in this one.
Mm.
But he's here briefly. So Spectre is played by Chika Sakamoto, who we've talked about before because she is the voice of Agumon in Digimon.
Yeah, that name's familiar.
She does play Spectre in the games, and she's the only character in this episode who also plays the character in the games. Everyone else has a new voice. So we're introduced to Kakeru, whose name in English is Spike.
First we're introduced to this awesome looking city.
Yeah, it's so, like, futuristic. I don't know if it's that futuristic in the game. I feel like it wasn't when I watched the first game.
I love it. It's such a colorful hodgepodge of weirdness.
It is. It's really cool. Very, like, Mega Man-ish. That's the vibes I was getting from it. But yeah, this was really cool. I really liked this city. You know what else it kind of reminded me of?
What?
The Pac-Man city.
Pac-Man!
Yeah, remember how all the buildings were wacky weird?
Not really.
We only really saw him in the first episode, and it's been like 2 years since we watched it, I guess.
Yeah, it kind of makes me think of one of the Sonic's Hedgehog. Where the buildings are all wacky weird.
Adventures of? Is that the one?
So, yeah.
The one with Scratch and Grounder?
Probably.
Yeah. So this scene with Spike running up to the lab is basically the opening to the first game, except in the game his buddy Hiroki, known in English as Jake, is running with him.
He doesn't have friends in this show?
Well, the funny thing is Hiroki is listed as being in the show, so I assume he's in here at some point. They just left him out here.
Okay.
But also, everything that happens when he gets to the lab kind of plays out differently, because in the game, he gets there to find that the professor and Natalie are tied up by Spectre and his monkeys, and then we, like, witness Spectre and the monkeys use the time machine for the first time, which I think is kind of a shame that we don't see that in the show.
Yeah, but I guess they didn't want to do like a 1-to-1 reproduction.
I guess, but I do feel like the way it plays out in the show is less interesting.
It is. It's less interesting, but they ham it up for comedy.
Yeah, that's true. Also, in the in the game, the monkeys use the time machine, and that's when the professor learns that his time machine works, which I think is funny.
Yeah.
They in the show, the monkeys, I guess, used the time machine in secret without the professor finding out until he read about it in a book. So Kakeru, or Spike, I'm gonna mostly be calling him Spike because it's easier to say, and I think it's funny. I think it's funny that Spike is like not a main character name in my head. Spike is like the name of a side villain, maybe.
Right.
So I just really like the fact that we have a main character called Spike here.
It's like a side character, villain,
Yeah.
ne'er-do-well.
Yeah.
Not a little boy.
Nope. He is played by Shizuka Ishikawa, who played Inari in Naruto, Kamui in Card Fight, and does not play Spike in the games.
Oh no.
But that's fine.
We've moved on.
Like, Spike, I guess this is just to introduce us to Spike, but he runs up to the front door of the lab and then he's like, nah! And then he just, like, parkours up to the roof.
Yeah, it's very, I don't know, interesting.
Also, I don't know about you, there was some kind of, like, alert that kept playing.
Yes, it was so distracting.
I thought this is definitely, at first I thought it was part of the show, and I thought these were like, I thought the alerts were like his ringtone and that these were messages he was getting from the professor and he was ignoring them because they always matched up with him talking about a message from the professor in the beginning. But then once he gets to the professor, they kept going. So I don't know exactly what they are. They coincide with text at the top of the screen that I couldn't read. I'm wondering if it was like this is because these are recordings from when it first aired on TV. I'm wondering if it was like a weather warning or maybe an earthquake warning or something.
Maybe. Like, the only thing I can read is BS Japan. I don't know what that means.
No, me neither.
And then,
and there was like a
times.
time, yeah. I saw the time 5:46, but I was like, what happened? What happened at 5:46 p.m.? So yeah, I did try and look up BS Japan, but I couldn't figure out. There's a lot of things that could mean, unfortunately.
Right.
I know, it must have meant something. The fact that it was accompanied by an audio alert sound makes me think it was something important, like...
Yeah.
You know,
and it kept repeating.
And it kept repeating, yeah. This is only a 10-minute episode, and it happened like 4 times, so...
Very distracting.
Yeah, it has to have been like some kind of news alert, right? Something important was going down. I looked up to see if any like earthquakes or anything happened on April 8th in Japan, but I couldn't find anything.
It could just be a weather alert.
It could be. It could just be an alert that like something might happen.
Yeah. Severe storms, something like that.
Yeah, who knows? But I was very interested by it.
It's distracting.
It was distracting, but also like, what was it? If anybody knows what it was, this is the sound it made. If anybody knows what that means, please let us know. Very curious. So the professor isn't here. He like searches the entire building looking for the professor.
Yeah, like he sends him a message and then he hides himself away in the most hidden corner of his lab.
So much of this episode is dedicated to just showing us different rooms in the lab, and I don't know that they're ever going to be important.
Yeah, most of them are just like a bedroom, a hallway.
Yeah. I did like when he goes into the kitchen and sees the bananas, and then in the next shot he's eating one.
Yeah. I mean, there's a whole banquet laid out. I would have taken something too.
Yeah, well, the bananas did have a big sticker of his face on them, so...
Yeah, specifically coaxing him to eat one.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just a thing that he eats bananas.
Because he's a monkey.
He's a monkey boy! That's why he was climbing up, parkouring up the building!
Yeah.
To tell us that he is a monkey. Not only are the apes escaping, but he is an ape that is escaping.
The apes of the future have become like people.
I didn't understand the paradise room.
I didn't understand it, but I wanted to be in it.
I want one in my basement. The paradise room. So Spike comes to a window, I guess, and he looks through it, and he's, I guess, inside a cloud in the sky, and there's like a whole room in the basement that is just like an oceanic paradise with some beach chairs set up and a parasol.
I mean, I imagine it's like the Danger Room in the X-Men, where it's just all a figment of technology's imagination.
Oh, you think it can be changed?
That's what I think. And like he's just in an observatory, which is a cloud at the moment.
I just assumed it was a dedicated relaxation room.
A dedicated beach.
I mean, he calls it the paradise room.
He does, but that's why I feel like maybe it's subject to change, you know? Because a beach isn't everyone's paradise.
That's true, it's just mine. I want to know more about the paradise room, but also, I would love it if it just never comes up again.
Forget about that room. We've got monkeys to chase.
Because it sure isn't important for this episode.
I bet the professor just spends the entire series in the paradise room while Spike is out chasing monkeys.
Yeah, that would be good. That's what I would do.
That's what I would do.
What else is he going to do?
I guess I would also be hanging out in that dusty library.
Yeah, that's where the professor is. A dusty library with the lights off.
Down a super fun happy slide.
He's reading books with the lights off in the library.
To be fair, I read books with the lights off in front of the warming glow of my computer monitor.
I can't. My eyesight's not that good.
I mean, I have to have like a white web page open.
All right. Well, he didn't even have that much, is what I'm saying.
That's true.
He's just standing there in the dark with a book open. I think he was pretending. I don't think he was reading that book at all.
He actually just wanted to ride the slide, and since he was down there, he's like, grab a book.
I think he
I'm
was
doing something.
I think he was up in like the top windows of the lab, and he saw Spike running up the road, and he was like, "Oh shit, that kid's coming again! Distract him with some bananas. I'm gonna hide." And then he went to the one room he didn't think Spike would go on, left all the lights off so that Spike would walk in and think no one was in there.
I butt dialed that little nuisance again. Maybe he won't find me in the secret library.
He sent him an urgent message, but apparently Spike doesn't know what the message is, so maybe the message was just like, "Stop coming to my house!"
Oh, the professor does have a light, but it's like a wristwatch.
Oh, is it? Okay.
He still is in an overwhelmingly dark library.
Yeah, it was weird. The professor is played by Hideyuki Umezu, who we've talked about before.
He sounded familiar, but I couldn't remember who.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. You might be thinking of him from something else that we haven't looked at, because the only thing we've looked at with him in is Monster Hunter Stories Ride On, where he played Gami, the random old man who showed up at the end to yell at the kids and really wasn't explained at all.
I love that guy.
Yeah, I remember that guy because I remember us having a conversation where we were like, "What? This guy is not explained. We don't know who he is. We don't know where he came from or why he's here."
But he's real angry.
He's just there to yell at them for a minute, and that's it.
He's the village scold.
I think I remember looking him up and finding out that he doesn't even really appear that much afterwards. So yeah, apparently the professor has been reading his books in the dark, and he found some kind of warning about the world disappearing. Spike is very unimpressed because apparently he says this all the time.
Like, what book could he have been reading that's just like, "Oh, the world's going to disappear"?
I wasn't clear, so let me know how you interpreted it, but I interpreted it as he was looking through old books with pictures, and then he found one that had a monkey with a helmet on in it, where it shouldn't have been.
I mean, yeah, I didn't really have a picture of what he found. I just kind of assumed that he was bullshitting.
Good. Well, he shows us that picture with a monkey in it, and I assumed, I don't think it was explained, but I assumed that picture was in one of his books. Like, maybe that was a picture where it was like, "Here's the ancient past," and now there's a helmet wearing monkey in it that shouldn't have been there.
It would make sense, but
yeah, it doesn't explain it very well.
No.
But he does explain the helmet, the Peepo helmet, to us.
The Peepo helmet.
Yeah, and this is because I knew that the monkeys are called Peepo monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know why. So now I know it's because the helmets are called Peepo helmet. So when a monkey puts on a Peepo helmet, now it's a Peepo monkey.
I see.
And apparently it raises the Peepo monkey's abilities 300%. And with a helmet on, even a monkey can take over the world. And it's like the power of the devil or something, isn't it?
Yeah, I was very confused about all this Satan talk, but whatever.
Yeah, I kind of glossed over the devil stuff. I was like, I think that's just the professor being a bit too religious.
I mean, I love it. I love that it's fueled by satanic power.
I love that Spike is watching the TV show he was missing during the explanation, but he's still listening. He still heard all of it. This has such ADHD energy.
No, I wouldn't have heard a word of it.
Oh, I would have. This is my power as an ADHD child. It's like I'll just be like doing something else, and then someone will be like, "You're not listening to me," and then I can just repeat back everything they said.
No, my power is to turn one of those into total white noise.
Good. That's also great. So this is where the professor shows off the time machine.
Just a casual time machine.
A casual time machine. Yeah, I feel like there's less fanfare around the time machine in the show than there was in the game. He says that only a person with good reflexes, who is handsome and popular with women, can use the machine.
I was very confused until he further elaborated. I was like, this child's like 10. Why would he be popular with women?
Yeah, I assumed right from the beginning that he was just buttering Spike up to try and convince him to go. He's like, oh, wow, I'm all of those things? Then I'll do it. But yeah, then once Spike is all pumped to go in the time machine, then the professor reveals to us that actually there's a weight limit. I guess the professor's too heavy to go in the machine.
Oh, there's a weight limit. I'll be waiting in the paradise room until you're done with this task.
Yeah. Here's the net. He gives him the get net.
Mm-hmm.
That is what it's called in the games, but they changed it in the English version to the time net, which is really dumb.
That doesn't even make sense. Does it capture time?
The GetNet is such a good name as well. It's
and
the
it
GetNet.
Works in English.
And it is English. It annoys me when they make a pointless change like that.
Yeah.
I guess they thought that GetNet sounded too silly or something.
It's a game about catching monkeys in the past.
I know. Anyway, the professor turns on the time machine, and Spike heads out on his first adventure in time. And that's the end.
That was the end, and I wasn't prepared for it to end like that.
No, there's not even any credits at the end. I guess because the credits were at the beginning. It's just over.
Yeah.
How did you feel about it?
It's fine. I just feel like we didn't really get to see anything.
I know, I felt like nothing happened. This is why I think that the way the game opens is better, where it's like the professor and Natalie tied up, and we see the monkeys actually escape through the time machine. Because that would, if we had seen that, then that would have mean that something happened.
Right.
We could have had that scene instead of the extensive searching the lab for the professor scene.
I think that was pivotal storytelling, and we would be much at a loss if we didn't have the searching the lab scenes.
You think we'd be poorer for it?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But I know you're lying.
You can't prove it in a court of law.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a 10-minute show, so when you think about it, the storytelling time they had for this first episode is only as much time as Pokemon had up until the point where Ash gets Pikachu. Like, if the first episode of Pokemon had ended when he got Pikachu, would we have liked that first episode as much? I don't think we would.
Probably not.
No.
I mean, we say this every time we cover a new show. It's the first episode, and it's all exposition, and it stinks.
But this one didn't even feel like it was all exposition. It felt like there wasn't really much of that. It felt like there wasn't much of anything happening here.
There was a little bit of exposition and a lot of bit of searching the lab.
Yeah, there was. What was your favorite part of this episode?
Honestly, probably just looking at that cool city. I really like the city design.
My favorite part was the very beginning with the little monkey putting the helmet on. That really gave me some high hopes for this show that weren't met by the rest of the episode. That first part was really cool. And the monkey was cute.
The monkey was cute. It's just confusing, since that's the first thing we see that later needs to get explained.
Yeah. We obviously we're going to have to come back to this show.
Yeah, we gotta catch the monkeys.
There's a bunch of more characters that we didn't even see yet. We didn't even see a Peepo monkey in person. We just saw a picture of one.
Yeah.
Make an Ape Escape show and put no apes in the first episode?
We saw an ape.
They saw a picture of an ape. And we saw Spectre.
We saw the helmet. Yeah, are you saying he's not worthy of being an ape?
No, he's the leader of the apes. He's the main villain / eventual deuteragonist of the series.
Does that exempt him from being an ape? Has he transcended species to become a villain?
Yes.
What is the villain species? What defines a villain?
Crepe.
Good job.
Crepe Escape. Can we make a game and call it Crepe Escape?
And what would it be about?
This, but it's crepes.
That sounds like a very bad idea.
It does. But it will make a couple bucks.
We'd only spend a few thousand and come back $5 richer.
I'm gonna take this 40,000 investment and turn it into $300.
300 is generous.
Well, some of it's tax rebates.
Can we turn the whole thing into a tax write-off and delete it?
I know, I think we're learning now that doesn't work out because apparently Warner Brothers is in big trouble.
Finally.
Apparently they put this new guy in charge and they were like, Warner Brothers is going to be as big as Disney in 2 years, and actually they might go bankrupt. They're desperately trying to partner with Disney to save the company right now, apparently.
Yeah, how do you sell yourself to another company when you're getting investigated for tax fraud?
Yeah. But I think it depends who's in charge at Disney right now. I don't know. But if it's somebody who respects the legacy of animation, Disney might be willing to buy them just to get their hands on the Looney Tunes.
True.
And I guess they would get Batman and Superman and stuff as well.
Ugh, for what that's worth.
Yeah. Because Disney bought the theory is that Disney bought Fox just because they wanted the X-Men.
Yeah.
Bought a whole company just to get the X-Men for the MCU. So I could see them buying Warner Brothers just to get Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, we don't want to talk about this.
Do you want to talk about the legacy?
No, there isn't any.
Oh.
I don't think. I mean, I had a look to see if any of the Kohta lore had been adopted into the games, but it doesn't seem like it.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think this show had any major impact on the series moving forward. I mean, the series didn't continue existing for much longer after this show.
But when it comes back in its 2030 revival...
Yeah, hey, maybe Kohta will get in then. Who knows? We'll see, I guess.
The new king of the monkeys.
For the most part, it seems like this show doesn't create much.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these shows we look at create a lot of new characters, and then it's very easy for us to be like, this character that first appeared in the show ended up in a game 10 years later. But other than Kohta, it looks like this show really just draws from the games for its characters, which
It's fine.
is fine. It might be preferable, in fact, in some ways.
Yeah.
It's I don't think I liked any of the new characters that were made up for the Kirby anime, except Noseman.
Does he count?
He counts. He's Noseman.
I have heard that about him.
What other? Chris from Sonic X? Get that kid out of here. Whose lonely child is this? Why is he bothering my hedgehog?
What about all the beloved characters that they added to Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures?
Yeah, what were their names? Spiral and Cylindro or something?
You remember better than I did. I was gonna call her something like Orberia.
Orberia!
Something spherical. Roundrick. Roundrick is the name of my Spheal.
I only... Mine is called Es Grande. Yeah, the only reason I remember Spiral is because I remember all the other names are sphere related, and then his name is Spiral, and I was like, why is his name Spiral?
He's a sphere. Roundolio. Circutio.
Bulbert. Yeah, I don't think we've got anything else to say about Ape Escape.
No, they didn't give us a lot to work with.
They didn't. We will come back and watch another one at some point because I think I'm going to enjoy this show, but I need to see Spectre in action. I need to see some more of the characters, because some of the character designs I really like.
I need to see some monkeys.
I need to see some monkeys, for sure. At some point in the game, it introduces the professor's AI assistant, who I really like. She's cool. And I know she's in the show as well, so... Yeah, I want more Ape Escape. Make a better Ape... There's more Ape Escape shows, by the way.
More than just the 45-second one?
Yes, there's another one that was made by Frederator. Frederator I was really into while I was at uni because they were making stuff like Bravest Warriors and Bee and Puppy Cat.
Yeah, they did all kinds of good stuff.
They did, and apparently they did an Ape Escape show, but I think it is also shorts. Yeah, it was in 2009. It aired on Nicktoons, but each episode was only 2 minutes.
Oh, no.
That's longer than 45 seconds, though.
Yeah, look at that silver lining.
So yeah, there's actually an American Ape Escape show released 1 year before the final game in the series. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I was about to just say bye, and then I realized that we haven't said anything about Patreon.
Yeah, we're not done. We haven't set out our empty Starbucks cup and started begging for money.
We haven't begged anybody to like and subscribe.
Comment and favorite.
Come and join our Patreon if you'd like to. And then you can get mentioned here like these people. Jamie Core and Mark Kelly.
Whoa!
Thanks for your support, friends.
Yeah, thanks 1 million.
Well, if we ever reach 1 million.
I was just gonna say 1 million apes.
1 million monkeys!
1 million monkeys!
Please donate to our Patreon so we can afford to buy 1 million monkeys. They're expensive. It's an exotic pet. It might be illegal.
And it's 1 million of them. Even if it was $1, that's millions of $1.
That's true. That's exactly what you said.
Thanks, I did it.
What else? Coffee. We're gonna do so much with coffee someday. You can't even believe what's gonna be on there. Stickers.
I can't.
Stickers.
Stickers.
They're coming. I was hoping, I did a convention last week, as you may have heard, but I was hoping I would make enough money that I could get the stickers made, but I made a loss.
What?
I would have made a profit, but I had to buy insurance for my table. They were like, they demanded it. They were like, you have to buy liability insurance for your table. And I was like, okay, but I feel like there's nothing I could really do that would warrant that.
You don't know. What if your table got caught in a breeze and it knocked somebody over?
Well, I didn't bring the table, so that's not my fault.
It's your table. What if your comic gave somebody a lethal paper cut? It sawed their arm off.
That is legitimately the only thing I could think of that would happen that would be my fault.
What if I showed up at your table and I balled up one of your comics and I stuffed it whole in my mouth and I swallowed it and choked on it?
Is that a threat?
Maybe it is.
Do it, coward.
It sure would be a shame if somebody balled up this comic and swallowed it whole.
Don't encourage that. I think the paper stock is too thick for that to work. You
don't know.
I don't. And I don't want it tried. So please don't. Come follow me. I'm Skull Pirate Mike everywhere. Come follow Skull Pirate Mike everywhere. Except if I'm not there, and then don't. Because then that's not me. That's an imposter.
I don't exist. So just bother Mike. Leave me alone.
Mel's going back to bed now. Until the next episode.
Until the rite is performed again. And I am once again woken from my slumber.
Yes, I will have to buy many maki rolls and arrange them in a pentagram.
Drop a big fat mochi in the center.
Bye!
Can I stop recording?
Oh yeah, I forgot we were still recording. I'm sorry.